Okay. Found it on YouTube. Now let's find it here. What are we up to? Week 46. Hello, Debbie and Chloe. Hello, Tash and Di. How are you all? I've just been sitting here. How are you all? Oh, really? Really. Okay. Hello, Cheryl. I don't know where that volume came from. There was no volume, and then there was. I've been ready for about 10 minutes. And then I was researching because Yvonne showed me a card she would like me to simplify. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's a never-ending Christmas card. It's on the Stamperia Facebook page, I think. That's where she saw it. So, yes, Yvonne has asked me to simplify it. And I'm like, I'll see how that goes. You never know. Okay. So I'm just collecting up my little beads here. I've got some little blue beads. Put them over here in a dish. Got to sleep and woke to my phone going nuts on the other side of the room. Set alarms. Oh no. I was ready early for class because I got locked out. I've got nearly halfway through everyone's wants for the extravaganza last night, the ribbon and trim extravaganza, and I've got nearly halfway through and it shut me out. And I'm like, okay. So got For You and By the Sea. So yeah, it wasn't really time to do anything else, really. Okay, so what are we going to do? Oh, we had this one the other week. Okay, so let's put 2 pieces of our linen embossed aside. Let's just make sure they're all the same. It's been a long time since I made these kits. So I've got a piece of linen embossed. I do like this piece. Okay. Let's have a go at fussy cutting done. Awesome, Debbie. I did all mine. I've started on I've done most of all except for like a couple of like probably 5 pieces for next week. I've started on the Lemoncraft week. I've got a fair bit of that done. And well, I think it's a fair bit. I don't think it is. Not even close to halfway. And then, sorry, I'm so tired. And then, no, I haven't started week 51. Hello, Pam. Yeah, I haven't looked at the measurements. So I don't look at the measurements. I just look at, like, I just took some screenshots of it And then I don't look at the measurements. I don't watch the video. I don't do anything like that. If I do a card similar, I don't do, yeah, this one's a Christmas tree, Cheryl. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a never-ending Christmas tree. So I won't look at the measurements, but I won't make it small. If theirs is really small, I don't know why it would be so small. That would be odd. Hello, Jacqueline. Yeah, I didn't even look at the measurements. I was just looking at the proportions. I was thinking it'd be like a 5x7 card and was contemplating joining cardstock to make it. Dear me. Not a morning person. Oh, Chloe. I'm not really that much of a morning person, but it's quite overcast here today. But the sandflies are out in force. I should really have the fan on. One of my favourite collections. Yeah. This is very you, this collection, isn't it, Jacqueline? 12 centimetres by 20 centimetres. Oh, well, that's sort of 5x7, isn't it? Or is that their completed ones that's really up and open? I don't know. I might have to look at their measurements. I might have to make one. I think I saved a picture with their measurements on it, but I didn't even look at the measurements. I wouldn't ink it, but if I taught it, it's too much to teach something and teach people to ink it as they go. It gets too complex. So what are we going to do here? This is Robot Antics, this one. In with the Mermaid Wishes. What haven't I done for a while? What haven't I done? You know, hundreds of classes. I don't want to know how many card making classes I've taught. So let's make a different easel card. Let's cut a 3 3/4 by 11.5. So it's 3 3/4 inches by 11.5 inches from Light Linen Embossed. That will be our base. Let's do a different one. And then I got requested yesterday. I've got to make 2 fancy Christmas cards. Maybe I'll make never-ending Christmas cards for someone that I make a lot of cards for. And then we're going to turn it this way so we get the most out of it. And let's cut a 4x6 piece. So a 4-inch by 6-inch. And that'll be the front on our easel. What about we then make it a, what's this? Let's cut this piece, this little scrap that we just got, down to a 3-inch by 2-inch. Let's make a double easel. 3 by 2. And then let's cut a 2-inch wide piece. and then cross cut it at 6 inches. So we've got a 3x2 and a 2x6. Does that make sense? That's not a bad size, that 20 centimeter by 12 centimeter, Debbie, but the little panel's a bit small. My last card I was making, spent half the night just thinking of what I could do with it. With an idea though. Oh, that's good, Chloe. Sometimes you just got to think about things, hey? Let's keep these little scraps. So yeah, we've got a 4x6. We've got 3 3/4 by 11.5. Oh, Jacqueline's got 3 3/8. So 3 3/4 by 11.5. We've got a 2x3 and a 2x6. But yeah, so that should be 3 3/4 by 11.5. This piece here. Rightio. Well, we need to cut more bits, but let's just get some structure going, which we don't normally do. So let's get this 3 3/4 by 11.5, and we're going to fold it in half. We could score it at the halfway mark. I might need to go and turn the fan on. So let's fold it in half. I think there's ink on my trimmer. And then one of them, so one half, like the top half, we're going to fold back to the halfway line. So this top half, we're going to fold it back and meet the edge up with the fold line, like that. So we get this sort of thing, this Z-y thing. So then our 2x6, our 2x6, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to take the top part and fold it back to the fold line. I'm not very good left-handed. So we get that. So we've got 2 of those. So 2 of them. So this was 3 3/4 by 11.5, and this was 2 inches by 6 inches. Oh, we better not forget to put our 4U on our card. Let's see. Okay, let's put it there so we don't forget. So this one's going to get stuck on here, and it's the same size. So it's going to get stuck on there, and we'll put something here. And then this one will go on here. And then the backstop for this one will actually be the little card. It will be the backstop like that. It'll stop against here. Like that. Does that make sense? Probably not. Yeah. Rightio. So we are making easel cards. So you do need to cut the middle out of things. These are our papers. So let's put that on the front of there. And we have to cut the middle out. It's how we're going to make our little card. So our little card gets made from our middles, and also we don't want it to go saggy. Trust me. We don't want a saggy card. So I'll do that there. And then down in the bottom here. Might do that down in the bottom here. And then our little easel will sit on top. It's like waves. And then that, we'll have that on it. Okay, let's build some structure so then you can see where we are headed. I think that's going to be better if you can see see some progress with the card. And I think sideways. Rightio. So we've got this piece of robot annex number 6. Have a look at the back. We're going to cut a piece that is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And let's put it where it goes. So it's going to go on the front of here on our 4 by 6 piece. From our scrap, we're going to cut it down to 5 1/2 by 3 1/2, I think. Five and a half by 3 1/2. So we're just going to cut that leftover piece to 5 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then it'll fit on here. And then look, our little easel will go on here and act as a backstop, and it'll all be beautiful. Right. So then from our pelican paper, which is, I don't know why I call this pelican paper. No idea. So it's paper 2 from Mermaid Wishes. We're going to put it in this way, right? Yep, it's going to be a little wasteful momentarily. And we're going to cut a piece that's 5 1/2. Oops, sorry. Q was just putting that in the live notifications. So a piece that's 5 1/2 inches. It's always inches. By 3 1/2. Now that's going to sit on there, like that. Not doing any 8s today. We're doing something a little complex-ish. So we're not doing any 8s. Oh, little easel card. No, we're not going to do 8s. There we go. And then this leftover piece, we're going to pop that aside because we need that a little later on for some strength. So I'm going to sit it there so I don't forget to do my strength pieces. Rightio. Then we're going to get this wavy stuff, which is a piece of Tropicana number 3. So there's 3 collections in here. So we're going to cut from it a piece that's, and we're going to put it in this way. And let's use the barcode. Let's use the barcode end to make use of it. So we're going to cut a piece that's 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let's hope that's correct. And that's going to go on there. And then that'll sit on there and it'll be beautiful. Okay, let's do some middle cutting out. Oh, and that's our little 2 inch by 3 inch front. Rightio. So let's cut the middle out of these 2 Robot Annex plain blue pieces. So we need this middle piece to be able to make our little easel card. So that'll go there and there. And then let's cut the middle out of this. That's our other piece. And that goes in there. Let's do some construction. Some momentary construction, because I think you need to see visually what we're making. But we're not going to construct it all, because there's some things we just don't build until after. So let's stick this wavy piece to its blue piece. And why I'm keeping them separate is so that they don't get mixed up and I stick it together and it's all wrong. So stick that there. I don't have what I want. So I always make sure when I make one of these that what I do is I put a couple of bits through the middle, just so that any pressure on this doesn't pull this up, that this piece here is stuck down, so any pressure on this, upward pressure, doesn't pull that off. So we're going to stick this piece. So this was our Robot Antics blue, cut into a piece that was 3.5 by 5.5, and then our wave piece from Tropicana number 3 cut into a 3.25 by 5.25. So let's stick that in there with a nice even border on all 4 sides, or even-ish. Nicely stuck. Then let's put these two together. So we're only putting these two together. So we've got our 3.5 by 5.5 out of our pelican print, and we've got our 3.75 by 5.75 of our blue Robot Antics. So we're not going to stick this to the front yet. We're just going to put it together, but we're not sticking it onto the front. But we are going to stick that front to our card. I just want you to be able to see where we are at. Let's stick this on. And I am putting tape on the back of it right now, because that will mean that later on I don't have to add tape once I've got embellishments on there that are probably still wet because the glue hasn't dried. Across the middle. And then that will go on there, but we're not sticking that there now, right now. Getting Facebook to load in the work PC. Oh, yeah. Hello, Mary. How are you? Okay, so we've got our easel here. We've stuck our base in. So see when we did our Z fold here, see this panel up the top up here. Not this one here, this one up the top, this end panel. We're going to put adhesive on that. So we're going to put our tape on it, on that one up the top. So you will remember that this base, easel base, is not as wide as our front. There's a reason for that. I do that because I like it to be sort of that when they look at the card, they look at the front and they can't see anything behind it. Like it just looks like a 4x6 card. But then, oh gosh, I've stuck fluff in there. I don't know where this tape has been, but it's got little bits of thread on it and gauze. It's got gauze on it, actually. but when they look at the front of the card, it's just a 4x6 card. It's a bit deceptive. So we've got our card front, right? So this is our card front, and we're going to put it down on our surface, face down, which is either or with this particular cardstock. And we've got this folded up. We've put adhesive on this top piece here, this flap, and we're going to hold that like that, and then Chloe, it's bad when you start singing Wiggles songs in the car and doing the actions, and that's not even playing on the radio or in your stereo. That's when you know not to let the next child watch the Wiggles. Naomi doesn't know a lot about the Wiggles. There's a reason. Noah knows a little bit, but not as much as Milton did. So we've got this like this, and we're going to stick this in the middle. So not up the top, not down the bottom. We're going to have an even border all around the outside. So see how we've got an even border all the way around the outside? So I'm going to just open this up momentarily, and we're going to burnish that with something. Make sure it's stuck down well. This is a structural thing. Put our engineering hats on. So we've got an even border all the way around the outside. So when they get the card, they're going to go, oh, wow, it's just a plain card. But then when they try to open it, it's not going to open. And then they've got to put it up. And then it's going to have a little easel here. And then it's going to be a little easel there. And it's going to be cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So you could just make that as an easel and put a backstop here like we do on our easel cards. You know, we could just be really ordinary if we wanted to. But we're not going to today. We're going to make a double easel. I actually made a triple easel not long ago for a 16th birthday card. And, yeah. The fancy schmancy Christmas cards I'm making. The lady that ordered the 16th birthday card. I think it might be getting one. Lady. Now I've spilt the beans. Oh, I might have to delete that, eh? Actually, it's probably not. So, I've put my tape on the bottom edge of my easel, right? So on the base here, and I've burnished it. So now we're going to just put this here, and we're going to do a test row. We're not peeling it off yet. We're just, I'm thinking like, you know, like 1/2 inch on 3 sides. And is that going to sit nicely? Like that. So you've got to test it. It will flip back if I'm not careful. If we make this too heavy, it can flip back. I'll show you what we're going to do about that part. Okay, so let's, short of putting washers in it, let's do this. But yeah, I did make a triple easel card earlier this year. Let's put it even on 3 sides, an evenish border. Oh, I don't know if that's central. Might need new glasses. Oh, it's not wanting to stay. Let's just pull this up just a slight bit. Nope. It'll be right. Double easel cards can be a pain in the neck. Just put them back. Okay. probably should have stuck this on first, but we're going to stick it on after. Let's actually stick that on now. So we're going to put tape on this front bit here. Probably should have done this step already. Not thinking straight. I think I need to go and put the fan on. It's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter in here. So we're just going to stick this on nice and even. Because it's the same size. This one's the same size. We didn't make it a different size. And you know why I made it the same size? Because I have a habit of sticking this piece on without this piece, and if they're different sizes, I just can't get it right. So if they're the same size, it means that it's not such a bad thing when I make an oopsie-daisy. And I can see a tiny bit on the side there. It's just slightly off kilter. It's okay. See how this is wanting to go back? It's not heavy enough. Needs some weight. Okay. So our card front's going to go on here, and then we're going to make one to go on this little guy. So let's look at what we want to put on here. And it's busy. So we need to do some work to make it not so busy. We need to unbusy it. Let's put some bubbles in our For You. Maybe. Or do we put a circle of bubbles on here? We might put this shell here on foam as a backstop. So with this one here, we can go outside the boundaries as much as we want. I didn't really want to put purple on it. Something like that. What do we think? We'll make this shell our backstop. This one here. Okay. So I'm going to grab the littler trimmer. Oh, my landslide's falling. Stay. Stay. Do have a bit of stuff to cut. Okay. So from our two innard pieces, we're going to cut two pieces that are going to be, let's neaten this up first. We need two pieces that are, I'm not quite going to get it, that are 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. So 1 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. It's got one. So 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. We've got 2 of those. Just stay there, trimmer. Oh, and slide. Right. So let's stick this bottom one in here. I know I'm taking time and I'm talking a lot, but I just want you guys to be able to replicate this easily, but understand where the pain points are. And the pain points are the top piece needs to weight down. It's a really odd sensation having to do it. So stick that there, and then this little, see this little shell? We're going to put it on a piece of foam, and that foam is going to help it become our backstop. And that piece of foam is too big. So I'm going to put it here. See? And then we've got a little crabby friend, and we're going to put him here. Let's put that there. And he's on foam as well. He's going to be here. And see how his little leg goes over into the blue, and then he's up here on the shell, and he's sort of, yeah. So it gives it a bit of purpose. So then let's stick let's not stick this on yet. Let's sit this and this aside. So we're going to put them aside. Let's put them over here, aside, ready. So let's put them there so we know that that's where they are, ready to go. And see, this is heavy. So see, this portion here is heavy. Oh yeah. So let's see if we've got enough of this left. We do. Maybe. Oh, look there. And then we just need to do that little bit in the middle. So we're going to fill our For You with blue, I think. And then we're going to use some of our bubble behind here, just to mute that down. But then when we do that, it'll look good. It's going to look great. But let's be super Scrooges and fill this with scrappy bits. Oh dear. My pin is gone. I'm going to use 3D Glossy Effect from Friday night. Yep, I'm going to use this as a glue. Sorry. It's a lot thicker than Dimensional Magic. It looks lovely. particularly happy with the photographs because they just don't. I haven't shared them yet. They don't quite show it. They do, but they don't. Definitely want to get rid of the excess glue. Fussy cutting scissors are gone. Is anyone else surprised? Have I used them yet? No. Gee willikers. Just going to cut that little bit through here now that overlaps. And then we're going to fill this fuller. I would like this in a white. We used to buy a white that was similar to use like for snow and stuff, but they discontinued. It was a Ranger product. It was the white dimensional gloss stuff from Wendy Becky. Had a white. Right. I'm going to leave a little gap just there because I have to. And that little gap there I'm going to cover. So I moved it, so I need to just... I'm going to cover that with a shell. I'm just going to go and turn the fan on. Sorry about the sound of the fan now. Is that tape on the back? Yes, okay. Snow in Tassie. Holy dooly. It's hot here. I'm sorry. None here, but other areas of Tasmania. Feel for all the gardeners and their veggie patches. Yeah, definitely do. I hope everyone's okay with the more rain and flooding, and I really hope everyone's okay. It's not it's not good. And if you need your parcels held because of rain or flooding at your home, heaven forbid, or your local postal delivery service, yeah, just let us know. We are doing that. We are holding parcels because a few of the post offices have been underwater. And we don't want to send parcels into that because what they do is they put the parcels into cages and they just hold them until they're going to get a chance to take them out, and there are parcels just lining up in held cages everywhere. We're not actually using Australia Post to go to Western Australia anymore for retreats, just for retreats. Because they seem to let us down. Naomi John's got this piece of paper that's she's going to use, or she's used part of, and it's leaning against her paintbrush holder and it's just tapping. Sorry about that. That is what that sound is. Right. Where's the middle? Let's stick the middle in the 4. I think the 4 needs the middle. I've got a little tiny gap up there. I'm going to cover that. But when I put my middle in my 4, I'm going to assess the situation if I think I need to cut the middle out of it. Sometimes I don't. Just see if you like the look of it. Oh, I think I might cut the middle out of it. That's crooked. That'll be right. Okay. I need to find a pin to fix my other one. Okay. So when we build this, we actually have to be really mindful of where it sits in relation to, so you don't want to put your sentiment down the bottom. So you don't want to put your sentiment down the bottom because you're never going to see it because of the other easel. Whereas what you need to do is look at it and go, okay, so if I put this sort of here up around this area, it's going to work. Okay. So for our bubbles, let's trace the middle of our tape, which we know is a 3-inch square. We have an order that has arrived in Brisbane on the weekend from the US, and it's originally the freight company said that it would arrive to us next Tuesday, but it was handed over yesterday morning to the Australian delivery service that's bringing it to us, and it on time frames it should be coming to us today, but I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to do the whole, well, it doesn't have to be delivered to the 22nd, so we're not going to deliver it to the 22nd because it's actually over a month since I ordered it, and that's well over a month since I ordered it, and I really want the product because some of it's got to go in retreat kits. So when it arrives, we're not actually going to do an unboxing. I'm actually going to open the box, remove the special things, and then I'm going to show you what else was in it. So just carefully erase your pencil line from around the edge. I do have a really nice one of these in red coming. It's got a red barrel. They're clutch pencils, and we will have like lighter lead that you can get to put in them. But it's red specifically so that if your family snitches it, you know it's yours. It's a nice bright colour, so you know when someone swiped your fine pencil for crafting. Righty-ho. So to hold that vellum on, we are actually going to utilise the things we're sticking on it. So we stick that over there like that and stick him here. And then we put this starfish there to cover my little hole. And do we do a shell there? Maybe not. Maybe. Like that. So we want to bring some weight down here, but he's kind of going to be hidden. Okay, so that's going to look really good. Now we're going to break my rules, and we're going to stick this on. When they do, yep. Got a delivery from FedEx at Maryland, first time ever. He told me they had the parcel 3 weeks before he came along to do the delivery. Yep, because he didn't have to deliver it. There is no rain where people need it. Yes, Chloe. Can't find the For You title in the online shop. Where would I find it, please? It's not up, because that's really a me thing. We cut them yesterday to put in the store. For You is only available in this kit right now. I'm very sorry. Very, very, very sorry. It was meant to go up yesterday, and then we realised we didn't have enough extras. So making sure that we're going the right way up. Up is up. Yep. The number of times I have stuck an easel card, the front on an easel card, and it has been upside down is horrendous. Oh, it's standing better already. Look at that. That weight has made it stand better already. Okay, so let's cut the innards out of our 4 here. There was something else we realised the other day. Oh, it's a title for next week. Oh no, it's gone up. It's another one for something that hasn't gone up. It's just all the little things, like when you when I design a product, then we've got to make the product. And if we're making it for a class kit, we've got to make enough for the class kits. And then I've got to photograph it and edit it and measure it. Yeah, I just don't get everything done in a day. Just don't get it all done in a day. And then, so I don't have any packaging here. You know how the slips are in the plastic packets? I actually do all those. I put the slips in all the plastic packets because no one else wants to do it, fortunately. So turn it around your bubble vellum until you like how it looks. So I'm just going to sit it where it's going to go. And we know it needs to be up in this upper area. We want it even from side to side. And then we sort of want this all sort of over here a bit for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to apply adhesive behind where our foam is. And this is probably a naughty thing. Oh, geez, that's a bit much. Bit of a naughty thing because this is actually going to make the vellum wrinkle a bit. So I'm just putting it behind the foam. Putting. And we're just going to, I think I'm going to have it even top and sides. Oops. No, top's a little bit wider border. It's a little bit over to the right, over to the left. I'll bring it up so you can see. Hello to anyone watching on YouTube too. Apparently there's 3 people watching. Okay. So then let's do a test drive. Yep. Oh, yep. Yep, you can still see that. So see, you can still see that. And if Mr. Pelican goes over to the side here, he can still be seen. So let's do that. add a little bit. Can't go beyond the edge. So Mr. Pelican. And then I need my sort of starfish up here. Just going to put a little tiny skinny bit on two of his arms, my starfish. Or her arms. I don't know what you call a starfish. So see how the starfish is pulling the vellum forward? We actually need to try and pop a little tiny bit of adhesive behind some of that foam, just so it doesn't pull so far forward. Like, it's okay to do it, but in time, the vellum will, with heat, in central Queensland, what will happen if this was on display for 2 years, it'd curl up. Because it just gets too hot. Okay, so we're just behind the little bit of foam here. Just going to put a little tiny bit of adhesive and just hold it down. There we go. Not squishing it down too hard. This is a good adhesive. I don't think they meant it to be an adhesive. Now, do we like that just ordinary like that? I think we do. I think I do. So let's stick this on and let's build it on there so that what happens is it we can get the overhangs looking really nice. So I want it to sort of hang off the edge. I want it to be like super cuteness. Okay, so we're going to put the anemone here, right? So we just want a strip of foam up through here. So we don't want the foam hanging off the edge. So let's put a strip of foam up through here. And then our clownfish, we want him to be sort of here. So he needs a bit of foam there. And a bit of glue on his head. Probably not that much. And fishes don't swim uphill, they swim flat. So, the pain points with an easel are this piece here, which buckles. So in time, this will buckle in or bulge out and buckle like that. So this will buckle. And then we do probably need to do something in here for someone to write something nice. You've got to leave somewhere for it to be written nice, and writing on the card is a bit, sometimes a bit obnoxious. Well, not obnoxious, just not nice. So this is going to be a funny measurement. So this is 2 7/8 by 3 3/4. So let's do a 3.5 by 2.5. So we've got this piece here, a little piece we originally had, and we're going to cut. So we're going to put it in our trimmer this way, and we're going to cut a 3.5 inch by 2 5/8. Now 2 5/8 is halfway between 1/2 and 3/4. And we're just going to pop that there, and that's going to make it have a little bit more stability. So let's stick that one on. I'm not getting rid of the trimmer. We need it in a minute. I did put a bit across the middle of this one like I did on the front, because it's got a purpose. This piece is not just decorative. It is decorative. It shows you went the extra mile, but it's also got a really good purpose. So making sure we're looking it up. So make sure we're going the right way up. And let's pop that in there. Beautiful. And then this piece in here is exactly the same because it's the back of it. So this bit in here is exactly the same. So let's get our, let's have a look. Yep, that's the wrong way. Let's get this. And let's cut a piece that's, because we went the other way, let's cut a piece that's 2 5/8. So that's halfway between 2.5 and 2 3/4. So 2 5/8 by 3.5. And from our white leftover piece, let's get a piece that's 2 3/8. So that's halfway between 2 1/4 and 2.5 by 3 1/4 inches. Let's test it. So we've got a 3.5 by 2 5/8, and we've got a 3 1/4 by 2 3/8. Let's get rid of the ligature. I have had a request for tomorrow night to be a flippy page, like Lee asked for a flippy interactive page. Getting a little scroogey with the leftovers to be able to do that with, but I'll try and come up with something. I'll have to, won't I? My husband is watching. He could buy me a roll of 24mm tape. Please. I thought I had some. Just need to cut the middle out of this. We do. We want to alleviate the weight. We still need to alleviate the weight. Even though we put that other piece on the back for strength. We put it there for strength, not for weight. We don't want to overweight it, because if we overweight this, it will pull the card backwards. So we just need to make sure that I haven't done that now, is overweighted this portion to pull the card backwards. No, we're good. So I've actually had a card where I put embellishments in here, and I had a lot right up the top, a lot of stuff up the top. So what I had to do down the bottom was I put a little cluster down here and made sure I put a charm in the little cluster down here, and I did some embellishment on this piece, and I put my weight up at this top edge here, which meant that it pulled it down. So when it's closed, let's look at our card. So when it's closed, it looks like this. So when the recipient gets it, that's what they're going to get. Oh, my parcel just arrived. Ooh, can you bring it home to Sabi, please? Because I need to. And I'll tell you what else. I'll talk to you on the phone later, Quentin, about what else I needed to bring home because I've got to get stuff done with it. Should have been here like a month ago. Used to order on a Monday, and on the Thursday you'd have the stock. Well, it's over a month. It's driving me nuts. So that's what they're going to get at the front. And then when they go to try and open it, oh, it's not going to open. So then that goes up like that with our sentiment place or our message place in there. And then this comes up like this. So what I'll do is I'll put this here for you to take a photo of that. So you take your screenshots. I have to say that, and I say I have to say a lot, and on the back we've got this little piece, and it just looks like you went the extra mile. Thank you, Di. But in actual fact, that's for strength. That's so this doesn't collapse in time. And you can feel it, that this has got a lot more strength. Thank you, Pam. So this here isn't just cardstock now. It's got some serious strength. And okay, this side we've only got one layer through the middle, but we've got this outer strength here, which gives these sides here strength. But yeah, like I have to say that having paper that looks nice and works well together makes card making easy, doesn't it? And it's not just because it's my paper. It's like, you know, it's just so much nicer when you create with stuff that's easy to use. And it wasn't really hard fussy cutting. But I see I've kept all these bits in between. These are just gold for punching stuff out and cutting stuff out. So I've got a lot left. Oh, maybe I don't have a lot left. I think I was going to do a double with this, and I probably need to do a double. I haven't done a double for a couple of weeks, I don't think. And we've got a few weeks coming up where there won't be able to be doubles, I think, with some of the kits. So I quite possibly need to do a double tomorrow night. But I've got the request for something interactive. So, I've got this little bit of cardstock left over. You never know. But I like that. If you wanted to go to town, you could put a piece of pattern paper on the bottom. Don't forget to write your name that you made it. Actually saw something in the boxes from Quentin's grandma came back, and it's a card and it says handmade by Elisa on it. And I'm like, I wonder where that stamp is, because I have a copyright stamp here. I use the copyright stamp a bit. Not enough, but there. And there's a side view. So yeah. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Jacqueline. So there we go. That's what we've done. So what we will do is it'll be probably tomorrow morning, and we'll show you what was in the box. It won't be a box opening because the box will already be open, and I will have already created with some of the contents what I need to finish making up for the retreat. Thank goodness it arrived. Because some of you were actually going to get your retreat kit sent without one of the items in it, so that we could get the bulk of it to you, and then the rest would just come later. And yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow night for scrapbooking with our leftovers from this. Now, Thursday night's mixed media class is going to be on Saturday night because Thursday night is senior awards night at Noah's school, and he is getting an academic something. We don't know what, but something academic he is getting because it's the academic awards. I haven't been invited to the co-curricular ones tomorrow, but last year we got Robotics Person of the Year at it, and which I don't think he'll get 2 years running, and they hadn't let me know. So I'm a little concerned that I probably should be just going that one in any case. He will be getting a certificate at it. I know that because he's a participant in so many different things. But yeah, so tomorrow morning we'll show you what was in the box that's just arrived from the US. Tomorrow night we'll have scrapbooking. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Don't forget to let us know. There's a pinned post in this Creative Family group about our collections, like whether we call them mini paper crafting collections or mini embellied collections or just all paper crafting collections or what. And what else is there? Oh, our 20th birthday next Tuesday, morning tea at the shop from 9:30. Everyone's invited. And tomorrow is catch-up day. Like, tomorrow is social day at the shop. So anyone is welcome to come in and have tea and coffee and catch up with us. So we'll see you all. There's a lot on. There's always a lot on around this place. Take care. Stay safe. They're trying to con me into another card on Friday night with the islands. I don't know. I might actually do a Tanya Duthie request. So she's got a request for a particular bookie cardy thing. So we might do that on Friday night, yeah. So thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Pam. See you all later. Take care. Thank you, Jacqueline, so much for scribing. Love you all. I miss you when we're not on video. So take care. Stay safe. Love you all, and bye.